Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming back for another review on my channel, Deb Chanel's 48 World. Okay, we're just going to talk a little bit about it. I ran across something on my timeline from theguardian.com. Again, theguardian.com. And I had been wanting to talk about this, but I never really had the opportunity to just sit down and really think about it until this particular weekend. It's Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day to every mother out there. Every mother that wanted to be a mother but never had the opportunity to become pregnated or impregnated and had a child. And happy Mother's Day for the ones that don't want to be mothers, but they were a mother to the multitude. Okay? Peace and blessings on that. Because like I said, I'm from the old school, and sometimes the neighbors was your mom and daddy while your mom and daddy was at work. You know what I'm saying? And they got the opportunity to whoop your butt and then tell your parents they whooped your butt because you was acting out of order. You acting out of order. I'm an 80s baby. I know what I'm talking about. Or am I a 70s baby? No, I'm an 80s. Hell, I'm a 60s baby, I believe, because I was born in 68. So that's about right. I'm a 60s baby. Okay. Anyway, that's neither here nor there now. I just went off subject. I'm good at that. So y'all should be good at knowing I'm going to do that in some part of my video. But okay, enough said. We're going to be talking about Stevie Wonder calling out Kanye West on his interpretation, his perception of what he felt he had an opinion on about slavery. I've been listening to everybody I could come across. Normal people, average people, everyday blow Joe, Jill, Keisha, whatever, down to the celebrities, down to the higher ups in government offices, people in the music industry, acting world, all getting down on Kanye about his comments. Now, I'm just going to tell you straight up and first and foremost what I felt about it. I didn't have a feeling about it, to tell you the truth. And some of his commentary that he was spitting out on TMZ, I thought about it. I heard what he was saying, then I had to kind of dissect it to where I understood or I thought this is what he should have said instead of what he just directly said. Maybe it would have smoothed over a little better, but then again, maybe not. Because, people always, wait a minute, hold on. What y'all doing? Y'all get down. They whining, get on my nerve. Anyway, where was I? Kanye, okay. Yes. He the person you just love to hate and hate to love right now. And I'm all for it. Like, we are just so hypocritical. We want people that talk to the masses. We want to support them. We don't want to support people that have a difference of opinion that goes against the grain, such as myself sometimes on certain, positions or certain conversations or discussions we have. I always go with the grain. I'm an individualist first and foremost. Okay, I fear no man or woman. You know what I'm saying? Only the Lord, the Creator, that can just with one blink of an eye destroy me completely. Okay, just wipe me off the face of the earth. Okay, that's the only person. But everybody getting on poor Kanye about he shouldn't have said that. He shouldn't have said that. Well, you know what? He can say whatever he want to say because he has freedom of speech. It's his opinion. It's his perception. It's how he viewed things. Now, speaking from my generation, which I was born in 68, people that was born in the 70s, people that's born in the 80s, y'all, we did not go through slavery. We did not have to go in the field and pick cotton. You see what I'm saying? You got to be realistic. Our ancestors, our heritage, our lineage, back in that time period, they went through all of that. Okay? And we still today, we're having people getting lynched or, this so-called suicide these young college students are doing now. Are they really suicide or are they really, trying to cover up something else? You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of things you have to think about before you start putting someone to the firing range or trying to pin something negative on them and start making them feel stupid. We all don't have the evidence because we weren't there. You know, we could only read it in history books, and we know sometimes history can get things wrong. You know, point blank. Some people don't believe black people are the Hebrew chosen. Some people don't think, they think Egyptians were white. You know, it's so much discrepancies and it's so much hate and division that's being put on us. Only thing I'm saying, let people speak their mind. You may not agree with them, and that's your choice. But don't go tackle somebody and say, now you if you want to get on how he presented it, okay, fine. You can go there all day long. But his truth is his truth, just like your truth is your truth, my truth is my truth. I'm only looking at what a person give me and how they keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Now, only thing I can say, and then I'm gonna be off of it because y'all should know how I feel. I feel everybody should have their expression to, be able to say whatever they feel like they say. Just be respectful. And he wasn't disrespectful at all. He just made a comment or a statement and tried to give his assumptions on everything about slavery back in the day. But if we were to think about it holistically and realistically, if every slave out of every state was being held, say hostage or however they want to put it, what if we did have an epiphany to say, you know what? We ain't finna take this no more. We're not finna go through this no more. We kind of outnumber you all when it comes to the children that can walk up down to the grandparents, you know. We outnumber y'all. So we gonna get this thing going. Well, we finna come off this plantation. We gonna, fight, bloodshed, all that. They could have Indians had to do it. They did it. They did it. Okay. They did it. They did that darn thing. And they still separated from the white man to this day. But I'm not a part of separation. I'm part of inclusion. I'm part of just the human race. I don't even like to be called black because as you can see, I'm not black. I am caramel brown. I like to call myself caramel chocolate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not black. I'm not black as the asphalt out on the street. You know what I'm saying? These labels. So I can understand what him saying, being labeled this, being labeled that, being separated from this, being separated from that. It's all separatism. It's all division. That's what the elites want to happen. Okay? But just to put it this blank, let me just bring it home for you what I'm trying to say. What if every slave just disregarded what their master was saying at that time and everybody just came off the plantation? Even the masters that really didn't feel like they wanted to put these people in slavery came out. Wouldn't that be a beautiful thing? And it wouldn't be no slavery. My idea is the only thing that held us back in that situation of slavery, and really as it is today, because we are enslaved now. We're taught how to go work for somebody else instead of being taught how to develop our own. Let us all have businesses. We all have talents. We all have special talents, special traits, special abilities. You know what I'm saying? Some people want that lack let me say, they want to have luxury, they want to have fame, they want to have this. Some people like myself, I just want to be able to pay my bills, live happy, take a couple of trips, not like go to Dubai or, Costa Crunch or somewhere. Hell, I'd be cool just traveling to 50 states. Just to every state I would want to go to. I would like to say, before I left this world, I visited every state that was in the country, in the United States. That would be awesome for me. But everybody's way of thinking of success for themselves and their family are different. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what he's saying. That's very powerful. And when you have someone or a group of people that powerful, of course, they want everything to be neutralized, meaning the government. They always want to keep the poor. Because even that's in the Bible where it states the poor will always be among you, but I won't. That was the Lord telling us, his people, look, listen and understand. But yet we still have it because the whole motivating factor is fear. Fear to step out of the norm. Fear to move on past what somebody tells us we can't do, we shouldn't do. Fear of losing everything that we felt we accomplished. But I'm going to tell you just straight up, we don't own nothing in this world. We can buy a house from it being $1 million, $250,000, or even just 100,000. okay, or 80,000. You don't own it because once you pay the mortgage off that you said you was gonna pay for this particular piece of property, guess what? You miss them taxes that come every year or every quarter that you have to pay. Yeah, once when you sign that first piece of paper saying, okay, I want to buy this house for X amount of dollars. I done been paying on it for 15 years, 30 years. It should be mine. No, it's not because technically you just renting it. Because if you miss paying back taxes on that house that you've already paid for, it should have included the taxes, we call it, lock, stock, and barrel. It's supposed to be yours, but you miss one payment or you fall back and not paying taxes on that particular house that you purchased 15 or 30 years ago, the government will come or the IRS will come and seize that property. Okay? Same thing with you saying you own a car. You paid 30,000 for an automobile, 60,000, maybe 15,000. You don't keep insurance, car insurance on that vehicle full coverage. Maybe you get away with we call it half insurance. I can't think of the word right now. A liability or something like that, where you only get your car fixed, and the other person just ass out or whatnot. I can't think of the word, y'all. It just won't come to my mind. But it's that auto insurance where you just pay to cover one thing and not full. It's not full coverage. It's what that insurance called, Johnson? Liability. Maybe it's liability, but it's the insurance that only pays one way. It don't pay for both incidents or both parties. It just pays if you hit somebody and it was your fault. They're gonna pay for their car, and you're gonna be ass out. But if they hit you, then your insurance will pay you, and then I guess they have to sue the other insurance to get their money back. I don't really know how it goes because I always keep full coverage on mine. But anyway, if you don't pay insurance on your car to be able to ride that vehicle, even though you don't pay for it, the contract that you made with the auto dealership that you went and got the car for, that's already been, paid for. You got the title to it, all of this. Same thing with the house. Guess what? You don't have insurance on that car, you can't ride. Or you facing time in jail and fines if you get caught riding without insurance. But it's your car, right? You should be able to do whatever you want to do. It's your car. Nope, that's just not how the world works. So in a sense, only thing you doing is leasing everything. You don't own anything. You really don't. Okay? Because even if you go and buy a lot of jewelry, you're still gonna have to keep it from people stealing it. Now the safe thing is to put insurance on it. And they might not still pay you for what it's really worth. You're just taking a chance, but you're still losing money because you already paid for the gold necklaces, the gold rings, whatever. But you still have to pay to keep it protected. Now, what kind of world do we live in, people? What kind of laws are being made that keep us in this type of slavery? But fear of the unknown, fear of stepping out the box, thinking for oneself is what keeps us in slavery. And that's the mentality I took from what Kanye was saying, that slavery was a choice. Okay? Now, you can agree with me, you can disagree with me. Don't really care, don't really matter. I'm still gonna have my own insight on how I feel. I'm not gonna dog the brother. I'm not gonna bring in the fact that, he had broken down, he had to go to the rehab place and get himself together because, he starts talking all this stuff. I don't know if it was true or not. I don't know if he'd been cloned. Hey, if they can clone a sheep, a cow, or whatever, they can clone a person. Hey, so that's not far-fetched. Don't know if he's a part of the Illuminati, meaning the rich elite people that try to move and shake our world and pick and choose who's going to be the leaders, who's going to be, in office, who's going to run this, who's going to run that. You know what I'm saying? They're puppets. Hey, it's always out there. Everybody's always talking about it. So where there's smoke, there's fire. That's just my way of thinking. Then they say, well, what else? Kanye is just grieving his mother. He hadn't been right since then. Kanye sacrificed his mama to, reap all these benefits. Again, where there's smoke, there's fire. Whatever you believe, tisket or tasket, tomato, tomato. You know what I'm saying? But he has a right to be able to say what he needs to say or he feels he needs to say without repercussions or people, saying he crazy, he this. No, he might be very enlightened. He seems to be a very intelligent man who thinks as an individualist, not as a follower. You see what I'm saying? You have your leaders and you have your followers. And a lot of people are being led astray because they're not really thinking. But let me get to this article that the Guardian.com wrote regarding Stevie Wonder's opinions or his choices of speech of what he wanted to say to Kanye. Okay, it goes on to say Stevie Wonder calls out Kanye West foolishness for calling slavery a choice. It says veteran musician compares West's remarks to Holocaust denial. The truth is the truth and a lie is a lie. And then it goes into opinion. Kanye's infantile views have worrying echoes of alt-right. My whole thing with Stevie Wonder, why he's sitting up there saying what's the truth is the truth. Hell, the majority of people have been saying your hairline is gone, but you still want to show up in concerts with half your head and it's all the way down, really, literally, maybe a few more inches to your ears. All this bald. And then it starts your hairline again and goes down. Somebody needs to tell you that you're in denial with this hair braiding thing. You need to shave off your head, put you a little do-rag up there, do whatever you got to do because you're in denial about your hairline. Now, that's what we need to straighten out before you try to out somebody else about what their feelings and what they're saying is wrong. Because how you're treating your hairline is wrong. Not just had to put that in there because, he coming for Kanye. I thought I would come for his head. I'm just saying. But anyway, that's my sidebar. Then Stevie Wonder goes on to comment and say, Stevie Wonder has called out Kanye West for saying slavery is a choice, calling the idea foolishness, and likening it to the Holocaust denial. Wonder brought up West without prompting during a interview on Thursday after a show at a West Hollywood club. There's been a lot of talk about what was said by Kanye, Wonder said. Okay. I want people to understand that the truth is the truth and a lie is a lie. Now, it kind of tickles me to death because my mama always saying stuff and then she'll end it with the truth is the truth. And we told her we're going to get her a shirt one day and bury her in it if we don't get a chance to let her wear it before she dies. Because, no, the truth is your truth, your assumption, what you feel about a particular situation. There's no studies done. There's no open door policy where we can see stats from when you've been assessing the situation from a time period to a time period. There's no law here. There's no logic. What are you talking about, Stevie? Oh my goodness. Okay. That's just my sidebar. And then we go back to the commentary. It says, we all know that slavery was not a choice. So I just think that people need to understand if we know, wait a minute. So I just think that people need to understand that if you know your history, if you know the truth, that's just foolishness. Now, Stevie Wonder needed just recant pretty much all what he said because we all know what is done in history can be altered, and it's done every single freaking day. All right? Every single freaking day. I remember when I was in school getting my master's degree, they had Martin Luther King date of birth wrong in my textbook. I told my instructor or my, what do we call it? My professor that the information is wrong on a landmark type of issue that's concerning a black pioneer. That's how I kind of see Dr. Martin Luther King. He said, we all know the truth. We're not going to have any direct questions on where he was born, and when he was born type. So don't worry about it. I'm like, well, we should worry about it because this is history. You're putting it in a book for people to really understand a certain person and what they contributed to our history to why we're where we're at this point. How he was a pivotal part of the process of eliminating some discriminations towards black people or minorities. Okay. He like, no, let's just not worry about that. Okay. I don't know if my professor was white or black. I don't know. Don't really care because I got an A out the class anyway because I'm like that, you know. But I voiced my opinion on it, but nothing was done. Nothing was changed. As you can see what I'm saying. So don't believe everything that people want to spoon feed you about history. Okay? That's what I'm saying. And that's probably what Kanye was meaning to say, but he just said it another different way. That's why sometimes when people say something, you got to look for hidden clues of what they're trying to say, or take what they say, dissect it for yourself, and see what you can get out of it. But don't just brand a person, you know what I'm saying, stupid or foolish because it doesn't sound right to you. Okay? But anyway, let's go on back. It says, Wanda said, saying slavery was a choice was like saying the Holocaust never existed or was not real. West made the remarks in an interview with TMZ earlier this month. When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like choice, okay? West said. He defended his statements and did not back down from them on Twitter after widespread criticism. An email to his representatives seeking a response to Wander's comments was not immediately returned. Of course, they ain't gonna return no statement on Stevie Wonder because right now I'm still trying to figure out about his hairline. That's what we need to get together. All right. We need to understand why somebody who's doing his hair, doing his daily routines with him, grooming, that they're not telling him, man, you need to take them braids out your head. Okay, your hairline is gone, just gone bald. Put a fedora on your head, an ascot scarf, and go on about your beard. That's what somebody need to be saying while we trying to tackle this Kanye West statement thing. Okay, that's my sidebar again. Sorry. But then Wanda goes on to say, Wanda spoke softly, not angrily, and said he also felt sympathy for West. No, we feel sympathy for your hairline that you hadn't corrected. Okay, you always need to show people whether you like them or you're not, whether you like them or you don't like them. Empathy and sympathy, they both go hand in hand. Empathy and sympathy. Empathy is something that you understand about a person, but you haven't really went through that situation. You can only imagine. That's what empathy is. Finding some sympathy. Sympathy is when you give them, like say you've experienced death of a loved one or whatever, so you can sympathize with someone else that's going through the same thing. Empathy is just the opposite. You haven't went through that, but just to feel yourself going through that is probably unimaginable to you. Okay, so just a history lesson, not a history lesson, but a little vocabulary lesson. Okay, but he's saying he feels sympathy for West because the incident of losing his mother, who died, from a cosmetic surgery procedure back in 2007. See why you want to bring his mother in. His mother ain't got nothing to do with what he said, and what he meant to say about slavery. Okay? His mother brought him up, told him about it, about maybe the ancestors, their family ancestors went through slavery, whatever. But that was not for Stevie to even bring up other things that may make him feel like he's acting out. And the reason why he's acting out is because of his mother's death. Nah, that's been 2007, man. He gonna forever be grieving her, thinking about her and all of this. That's never gonna go away. It's gonna get easier day by day. But then again, it might not get easier for some people. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I've lost my father. I mean, my dad, because my father's in heaven, the Holy Creator. My dad is someone who's just was my biological father. That's just how I perceive things. But you get along with your parents passing. You see what I'm saying? It certain things will make you a little bit upset that they're not here, or you didn't get a chance to do this with them, but they're no longer here. You have to deal with the people that are here, because one day you're not going to be here, and somebody's going to have to grieve you continuously. But grieving is so diverse. A lot of people grieve in different ways. You know what I'm saying? So don't get into the idea that it's going to take you a couple of weeks or a couple of months or a couple of years. Hell, it may take you to the day you die or you're on your deathbed to understand what that whole relationship was. But anyway, we leave that. We go on to the ending of it, where he says, the loss of his mother, the horrible thing that happened. Wanda said, I don't even know if he had a chance to really mourn about all of that. So Steve is pretty much giving him a pass and saying he don't know what he's talking about. he ain't really thought about what he said and the consequences of, his actions of speaking out like that, and he's gonna get all this backlash. But we got to have sympathy and empathy for him because his mother passed. I mean, what if his mother was there with us, still on this earth, and he still made that comment? Come on, Steve. You have to say what you have to say, and people have to respect it or not. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. And you have to do the same for Kanye West. Whatever he believes, he believes, you know. And that's just it. We all have our own opinions. We all have to do what the law tells us to do as a people in order to stay in a normal, calm society. But everybody want to get in an uproar about Mr. Kanye West saying this, that, and the third, like he don't have an opinion, like he can't, express himself however he want to express it. You know what I'm saying? What you need to be worried about is when we get stuff like this, what's happening on another level, what's going on somewhere else that we really need to be paying attention to as a collective whole, as a universe of human beings. Okay? Just try and drop that knowledge. But I thought I would cover that story. Like I said, I always wanted to, see what people thought about it, who come to my channel and see what I have to say about certain issues and certain reality shows and this, that, and that. And sometimes I like to talk political and get people's opinions. So I'm just saying, get out Kanye behind. Let that man live. Let him live. He got to come in for all his, he got to come in and count for all his wrongdoings. And, hopefully he brought some peace to some people. But if he felt that was the right thing to say, that's what he said. Damn, yeah, you ain't putting no money in his pocket, really, unless you're still buying his albums. If you want to hurt him that way, don't buy his music. You know what I'm saying? Don't buy his clothes. If you really want to hurt him, that would be one way to hurt him, but he's still going to say what he's going to say. And then he could still become an independent artist because he's still going to have people out there that like him. All right? And that's just where it is. Everybody ain't going to like everybody for whatever reason. No matter how hard we try to make it feasible for everybody to like what we do and what we say, it's not going to happen. Okay? It's not going to happen. So it just is what it is. Peace and blessings to you all. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to roll tonight. I will be coming back with something else. I think I need to do the Braxton's family values. Yeah, I think I will because I think they made a new one this past Thursday that I didn't get a chance to look at. So again, happy Mother's Day to everybody, and have a blessed weekend as well and a safe one. All right, peace and blessings. Talk to y'all soon about something. Bye.